Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. You saw the title of this video. You clicked on it. You want to see what's up. What the fuck is up? Today, we're going to be ranking beer brands from least racist to most racist. Well, we're not going to start with the least racist. We're just going to put them in the order you see here. We have a couple of very popular beers, which I'm very excited to talk about and rank. You know, it's such a divisive time for beer. I mean, look at what's happening with Bud Light right now. I mean, are you team trans, team not trans, team Hogwarts, team Titans? I think we're losing sight of the important thing is that we all love beer. We all like to have beer, and I like to have a beer. So, let's just jump into it, alright? You don't want to hear me. You want the list, right? That's what you want. And you want to hear me say something crazy too, which I will. So, let's just get started with Corona, a classic Mexican beer. Household. Who doesn't love a Corona? At La Playa. That means beach in Spanish. And for this reason, I think that because it's a Mexican beer, it's kind of confusing. You would think, oh, well, Mexicans can't be racist, right? First of all, I want to talk about racism. Racism is kind of like a white people thing, in my opinion. It's really hard to be racist to a white person. It's possible, but it's like really difficult. I mean, because we invented that shit. You know, that's just facts. So you're probably thinking, Corona, I don't know. But the thing is, Mexicans are kind of racist. Is the thing. I feel like most Mexicans will admit this that um they're just like not very racist, just inadvertently racist. You know what I mean? But then again, like on that pyramid, how racist are they really? And then balance that out with the fact that Mexicans themselves are on the receiving end of racism too. But I mean, everybody loves a Corona. It's a pretty diverse beer. Um, so I'm just gonna put it smack dab in the middle because I don't think there's a safe way out of that one. Yeungling. All right, we're gonna have to look up how to pronounce this one. I don't know, man. Yeungling. Yeungling traditional lager. Now, there's something you should know about this beer. Is that it has been owned by 5 generations of white people from none other than Pottsville, Pennsylvania. I don't know, man. Right off the bat, that's pretty sus to me. To be like family owned for 6 generations, I mean, I don't know. Let's see if there's anything in the history here. Yeah, anti-union. This is probably a very intolerant beer. I Yeah, I'm gonna have to put this in a very racist on it being family owned through 5 generations of white people alone. Um, yeah, and it doesn't even taste that good. So you kind of have to go out of your way to drink it and be like, it's good. You're kind of just buying it for the ego on it, and that's kind of red flaggish, if you ask me. Right, this is Michelob Ultra, and white people love this shit. However, I think most of the white people who drink this are pretty well-meaning. But because it's enjoyed a lot by white people, I'm not going to speak too much on anything else because I'm not, I don't really drink Michelob, but I'm going to have to put it in slightly racist because, yeah, the demographics are just, whatever. next up we have Blue Moon. Blue Moon's an interesting one. I was over at a friend's place recently who I would say is pretty woke, and he was drinking a Blue Moon. And I think for that reason, I'm gonna put it in the not racist category. Alright, speaking of woke, up next we got Brooklyn Brewery. Now this, I mean, Brooklyn, I don't know if you've been to Brooklyn, but Brooklyn is pretty woke. I mean, on one hand, you got the white people making the price of rent go up, but on another hand, like, you know, you have the people who lived there before, and it's a very diverse place to begin with. And just because white people are there, you know, I mean, you have to understand, these are very understanding white people. These are very, like, they want to listen to you, ask you about your pronouns and shit. You know, they're with it, they're down with the struggle and whatnot. I mean, they say they are. Maybe it's performative, or maybe it's real. Who's to say? But for that reason, I'm gonna have to put it in the multicultural and tolerant category. Fuck, dude. We got Bud Light. Alright, fellas. I am sick of this because they fucked up my tier list. I tried to do the second part of the video, my mic wasn't working. Another side note, Blue Moon got into the racist category somehow, as you can see here. When it's supposed to be actually in the not racist category. So I just thought I'd clarify. But we're gonna keep going. We're just gonna fucking speed rush through this. Get this done in under 3 minutes. Alright guys, I just wanted to put this in the middle of the video as a side note, but as you can see, I put it so that the very racist category looks like it's the best category, and I just want to say that I don't think that's not how I mean this video. I don't think very racist means the best, okay? I actually think that's the bad thing. And woke AF is in the red category, while being woke actually isn't that bad. It's actually preferable to racism. So I just wanted to clarify that in case you see very racist in green and think that I'm a racist, because I'm not. Yeah, alright, back to the video. Okay, Bud Light is at the center of a lot of controversy because they had a trans activist sponsor their beer or whatever, or like an actual trans person, not like an activist, but you know, an actual trans person, and you know, they got a lot of conservative backlash, which means that they probably have a very racist consumer base. Fuck it. Yeah, but for that reason, you know, there's two things to consider there. First, the fact that they did something woke, and then the second fact is that it got a lot of backlash from people who don't like trans people, which shows that they have a very intolerant fan base to begin with. So I'm gonna put this in a bit racist because the tide is turning, and they should honestly just go full woke at this point. I mean, there's no other option. Modelo, it's another Mexican beer. You gotta like it. You have to like it. Honestly, my thing is, I feel like it would either go here, not racist, or here, racist, depending on who's drinking it. Because I feel like Modelo is a bit more extreme, so it would either be woke or more racist. But seeing as it's picking up a lot of the sales that Bud Light is losing, I'm gonna have to put it in the racist category. See, usually it'd be like here or here, but times are changing. And Budweiser, dude, Budweiser, king of beers, fucking great beer. I don't even know what to say, man. You ask people what the most racist beers are, the top answer I hear is usually Budweiser or Bud Light. Bud Light's a complicated one, Budweiser a little more straightforward. Just gonna put it in the racist category, but side note, it is a great beer. It's a delicious beer. It's actually the king of beers, but you know, never met a king who wasn't a little bit racist, you know what I'm saying? So, Stella Artois. Stella Artois. What is this? Dutch? Fuck. So first of all, Stella Artois is over 600 years old. Where's it from? Belgian? It's tough. It's like, it's hard to say. I'm gonna say not racist. Because anybody could drink that. And here we have a Heineken. Heineken's actually my favorite beer of all time. I do love a Heineken. Yeah, I actually have to say that this beer is also not very racist. I've seen people of all walks of life drinking Heinekens. Whether you're black, white, Hispanic. Actually, I don't know if I've ever seen a Hispanic person drinking Heineken. It doesn't matter if you're drinking a Heineken. It does not matter if you're black or white. You enjoy that Heineken. It's so good. Love Heineken. Alright, next up we have Guinness. Now Guinness is a complicated one because it's a strikingly white beverage made in Ireland. Very, very white. And so I guess we kind of have to talk about the Irish, right? Are they racist? And the answer is sometimes yes, unfortunately. I would say the Irish in America are much more racist than the Irish that actually live in Ireland. And that's the thing, is this is more true to actual Ireland than like American Irish people who come here and just become like cops and I don't know. And then that alone is like puts you in last place, puts you in the very racist category. But if we're talking about the country of Ireland, I don't think the people there are so bad, so intolerant. I think they'd share a pint with anybody. I think they'd share a pint with the Prophet Muhammad if he came strolling on in. It's so fucked up, dude. But Guinness, man. Yes. Racist? A bit. Yeah. Fuck, dude. We got Pabst Blue Ribbon on deck. Not on deck. Up right now, we got Pabst Blue Ribbon. How do I put this? If you are a person of color or non-Caucasian individual and you see a bunch of white people drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon, you fucking run, because these are gonna be some of the most poor, frustrated white people in the world that I don't even that first of all, they might be fine. Some of them might not be racist, not live that lifestyle, but you start seeing trailer homes and Pabst Blue Ribbon cans out front, dude. These white people are primed to take their anger out on somebody, and I just don't want it to be my wonderful, wonderful fans. Anyways, so for that reason, I'm gonna have to put it in the very racist category. Alright, this one's a little hard to tell, but it's a Tsing Tao beer. You might remember in the last video, I ranked Asia #1 country of all time. But that doesn't answer the question of, is their beer racist? Now, I like Tsing Tao a lot. It's also known as Chineken, which is slang for Chinese Heineken. Let me just prove that I'm not making that up and put myself in the racist. Yeah, see, aka Tsing Tao. Okay, alright, that's enough of that. Tsing Tao is a very delicious beer made by Asia, but is Asia racist? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. So we're gonna have to put it in the bit racist category. Coors Light. It's just like a classic American beer. Honestly, Coors Light doesn't strike me as that racist compared to maybe the Budweisers or the Pabst Blue Ribbons of the list, but that strikingly white mountain just seems a little sus to me, so I might just have to put it in a bit racist. Last but not least, we have Dos Equis. And Dos Equis is like the fanciest Mexican beer on this list. It's very expensive, or it tends to be expensive, and you may be familiar with the most interesting man in the world. Now, we know all these things, but the real question is, I'm going to just say not racist because there's no history of it being racist. It's just a low-key beer that I've honestly never tried before. So, whatever, bro. That's the beer tier list.